Salve te discipuli, this is Help for Your Latin Studies in Henle First Year Latin, exercise number 146. In this exercise, we are asked to express all the italicized pronouns that you'll see in these sentences, and then we're translating from English into Latin. So the first thing we want to consider is the pronoun that's italicized in each sentence, and what form it's taking, what case it has, and then we'll go ahead and translate from there. So let's look at number 1. The italicized pronoun here is me. And in English, we would recognize the word me as the direct object, right? The subject is he. What is he doing? He is warning. Who or what? Me. That's the direct object. So, and it's singular, right? It's not us, it's just me, one person. So we want to look to our pronoun chart here in rule number 123, the first person personal pronouns. And we want to look for singular, the singular form, and the direct object, which in Latin would be accusative, singular accusative. So when I come to this chart, I find singular accusative, and that in Latin would be me, or M-E with that macron. And I'm just going to put in parentheses that it's singular accusative. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and translate the sentence. We'll go ahead with this verb and include the pronoun in the verb for this translation. And remember, oftentimes our verbs will come at the end of the sentence. So that means we would start our sentence with our direct object here, may. And then our verb to warn, we were given recently, and I just need to look it up quick. Here it is, moneo, monere. It's a second conjugation verb, meaning warn or advise. So we want this to be, he is warning. That means it's going to be third person singular, and it's going to be present tense. So I'm going to take that verb moneo, monere, and I'm going to think about putting it in that third person singular present tense form. O-S-T, so monet. May, monet. And that would be the translation. Let's do one more. Number 2. It says, we, that's our italicized word here, we shall warn the Senate and the leading men. Okay, so we is the first, that's that first person personal pronoun that we want to focus on first. It is the subject of our sentence, so we need it in the nominative case. And it's plural. It's not just one person, it's a group. So that's, if we come here to our first person personal pronoun, plural, nominative, I see nos. That's the form that we want, and that means we. So nos. And we'll go ahead and start our sentence with that subject. Nos. And then we're going to put our verb to the end. So I'm going to skip over that shall warn for now, and we'll come back to it when we do our last word of the sentence. So moving on to our direct objects here. Who are we warning? The Senate and the leading men. Okay, so I know that Senate is from a fourth declension noun, senatus, senatus. And we need that in the accusative case. It's singular. So we have us, ui, senatum. Et means and. So that's our conjunction there. And leading men. I think I know what this is, but I'm not quite sure, so I'm looking it up. And it's easy if you have this tabbed at the front, at the top of your book to the first Unit 1 and 2 review. That's where most of the nouns that we have learned so far will be found. And they're grouped together by declension and then alphabetically within. So I'm looking for leading men. It's not a first declension. I don't see it in second. I see leader, but that's not exactly what I'm after. Oh, here it is. Leading man, princeps, principis. So back to our exercise 146. So princeps, principis, and we need this. Men is plural, right? So it's going to be a plural form of this noun. And princeps, principis, that was a third declension noun. So I need this in the accusative form, and it's got to be plural. So I'm going to think through my third declension endings. I have various, is, em, e. Those are all my singular. And then ace, ibis, ace, ibis. So that ace from the accusative plural form is what I'm after. Principes. And now, so now I have our subject, nos, we, and our direct objects, senatum et principes. And now we have to put in our verb, shall warn. That's what we're going to be doing. So we want this verb to be a first person plural, because it has to agree with our subject, right? And that's first person plural. So it's talking about we. So we're going to see that mus ending on this verb. But the other thing that I notice is that it's future. We're going to do it later. We shall warn them. We're not doing it right now. So, and often you'll see the word shall in the first person. So whether it's singular or plural, I or we, shall is the helping verb that would be used for future tense. Okay, so we shall warn. So we also need to give that future tense indicator to this verb. Our verb, we used it last sentence, moneo, monere. And so we want to take moneo, and we want to add that future tense indicator, bi, and we want to add that first person plural ending, mus. So we would have our stem, mone, and then bi for future, and mus for first person plural. Mone bimus. So our final sentence here, nos senatum et principes mone bimus. Okay, so just keep going one sentence at a time. Remember to put your verbs at the end and to think through their tense, their person, and their number. And then also we're focusing on learning these personal pronouns. So any that are italicized as you go sentence by sentence, you want to consider those separately first and give their translation according to their number and case here, up here. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Have a great day.